and welcome to Bay Area Focus. I'm Michelle Griego. Today, it's all about the arts, and the Bay Area is very wealthy when it comes to that. So let's get started. My first guest is Marilyn Levinson from the Bay Area Cabaret, here to tell us about an upcoming annual contest for a teen idol. Thanks for coming on the show. All right, so Bay Area Cabaret, it's been around for 12 years now.
Yes.
Yes, so tell me about it.
So the idea was to kind of bring what I love about New York, which is this intimate art form, cabaret, to San Francisco with some of the brightest lights from the Broadway scene and the jazz scene there. So we used to use different venues, and including Davies Hall for one, but ended up in ballrooms, historic ballrooms. And 7 years ago, the Fairmont asked us to be the exclusive music producers in the Venetian Room,
sure,
which is a historic venue. We opened it with Marvin Hamlisch, who wrote Chorus Line, and
wow,
also have had legends like Chita Rivera and Judy Collins and Ramsey Lewis and all kinds of people.
Okay, so what is cabaret?
Cabaret is an intimate art form. It's defined by the space that it's in. So there's a lot of flexibility in the type of entertainment that can go on. Usually it's a solo vocalist, and I would say the litmus test for a really good cabaret performer is that you feel like you're in a conversation with them. You feel like they can communicate as if you were sitting in their living room.
Is that harder when it's more intimate? It's a smaller venue?
It is for some people. In fact, one major international star couldn't stand it. And when she arrived, she said, "Oh, I want to configure this like a concert hall. Let's turn it around." But most of the performers that we hire really relish that.
Yeah, because I can imagine, because you're actually looking at people's faces.
Yes.
And
exactly.
You can see their reaction.
Exactly. And their reaction actually is part of the show. And it's kind of hard to describe, but sometimes the silences in the room are very powerful.
Sure. Now, is this for all ages?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. So tell me about the competition. It's in its 4th year now.
Yes, it is. And we don't do it every single year because it takes a lot of energy, and also it's costly. We don't make back the cost. It's an outreach activity for Bay Area Cabaret to give young people the opportunity to perform on this legendary stage in this venue, and also provide them a springboard into a professional experience, and to show our audience a good time.
Yeah, and so young people come out and they compete against each other?
Yes, they do. We have a first round at the Conservatory of Music. We saw 30 applicants this year for 12, well, actually usually 10 slots, but we increased it to 12 because they were just so good. They were so good, yeah.
I bet it's hard to select.
Oh, it is, and it's a very subjective thing. In fact, one of the winners across the years, one of the grand prize winners, the judges in the first round had been very iffy about him. So it is hard to select, and sometimes that creates an issue. This year, we had 2 sets of siblings. And I thought, oh no, what if one of them isn't?
That's tough.
Really...
They're going up against each other.
Fortunately, but also one of them might not make it or something. Sure. And in fact, this year, both sets of siblings did make it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That is great. And some of the judges are very well known.
Right. The judge that has been with us the longest is Michael Orland, who's the musical director of American Idol. A very warm and encouraging type. That's really important to us to make this a really positive experience.
He's not
for
Simon.
The kids. He's not Simon. No, he's not. And then the last time we did it, and this time as well, we'll have the casting director for Glee and Rocky Horror, Alex Newman, who again is also very encouraging. In fact, arranged a couple of auditions for the kids, a couple of the kids from last time.
So they are exposed to some pretty important people in the business.
Right. In fact, Mary Wilson, not that we're dropping names here, right. Mary Wilson of the Supremes was one of the judges in a certain year, and she said, "Boy, I wish this opportunity had been offered to me when I was at this stage."
So what do the judges look for?
The main thing that our judges look for is whether the singer is connecting with the audience. In fact, in the first round of auditions, we saw that some of them had been trained to sing to a spot on the wall. And we said, hello, we're
right
here.
Here.
Right, which, as you said before, can freak some of them out, but not the people who are in this final round. These are kids that have been highly trained, actually. We found that this competition has gotten to a level where the kids that come and that actually make it to the final round have had some serious training at ACT, at Inspire Music, through the La Marinda Idol, which is where I stole this idea, because they have this great community thing where they do this in the movie theater. Anyway, it's a great experience.
And right now there are a lot of shows on TV. You have American Idol, you have The Voice, and many others that really showcase talent from young people. Do you find that may influence a lot of young people to come out and do auditions for competitions like this?
It might, but we make a point of letting people know that we are not that. It's a wonderful thing. It's really... It has contributed to a renaissance in interest for this kind of thing, for vocal music. But we really are, first of all, community-based, local, small, not huge like that has become.
Yes.
And it is about the communication with the audience, the connection. And also it is not about winning. It is about supporting one another on our journeys, on their journeys.
Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah. It sounds like great work. Thanks for coming on the show to tell us about it. And for more information about the Teen Idol contest, please log on to bayareacabaret.org. Again, that's bayareacabaret.org. Coming up, a play about PTSD. We'll be right back.
All right.